A very warm welcome back to Metropole TV. If you're just joining us, I'm Jeffrey James Njogu, and with us in the studio is Gamiya Holas CEO, owner or co-founder, Mr. Jonathan Dende. Gamiya Holas platform is an African software engineering company providing cutting-edge software solutions with a footprint that spreads across the country, EAC and the Comesa region. Gamiya Holas platform delivers web, mobile and smartphone technologies for diverse clients in transport, logistics and supply chain industry. Joining me on the show to discuss the business of Gamiya Holas and how they are solving problems of SMEs is CEO Gamiya Holas, Jonathan Dende. Welcome to the show, Mr. Jonathan.
Thank you, Metropole.
Why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about Gamiya Holas? What is Gamiya Holas?
Yes, so as a startup, we are pretty much approaching 3 years.
Yeah.
Inception in 2019. And we realized that there's a lot of businesses, online businesses, but the focus was taxi, of which you talk about Uber and Bolt.
Yeah.
So people are moving themselves from one place to the other. There was actually a gap. Yes. Where we knew people were doing businesses, and they would have issues transporting items or goods from points, probably from farm areas, or just moving their offices from one place to the other.
Yeah.
So that gap was not filled, as many players in the business, the likes of Kobo, the likes of Lorry, yeah, the likes of Sandy, were actually now doing FMCGs. What about mama mbogas or about shop owners who would wish now to just move things every day using pickups, you know? Yeah. So then there's also this space of border. So we say this is a nice space where we could actually give our platform. So our platform in itself is different in the sense that we are not trying to negotiate for you. We're just trying to bring all these consumers and transporters together so that when there's a request, the transporters pick and bid. Now, when that happens, we realize that the reliability and the sophistication of the system and the innovativeness of Gamiya made us say that one of the best animals in Africa that has done transportation for time is Gamiya.
So with you, there's a branch of yours that we are actually here to look at, which is Maki.
That's right.
It's the advertising platform.
That's right.
How is it helping MSMEs and SMEs, that is mama mboga pale nyumbani?
Yes.
How is it viable for mama mboga? How easy is it for the client to reach mama mboga through Maki?
So before I answer that, let me start from why we came up with Maki.
Yeah.
So we were in transport logistic business.
Yeah. And
during COVID time, yeah, you know, there was lockdown around.
True.
So as a company with my team, you know, we didn't want to close shop. So we realized, you know, we can, as a technology company, we could give a solution to people who are now not going to brick and mortar spaces, yeah, but doing business at home. And with that 7.5 million of SMEs in the country, with almost 5-point-something million that are unregistered, and 1-point-something million that actually are registered.
Yeah.
Then why don't you give them a space so that they could go to a marketplace to just show what they do in a pictorial and graphical form, so that whoever is browsing for shopping could actually know that ABCD guys, yeah, are actually out there, true, selling goods. Yeah. Then now you contact them. Mm-hmm. So Maki in itself is a marketing strategy, which is emotional. People buy with emotions and they reason with logic, you know? Yeah. So when you view, you realize that you would actually contact the person.
True.
So we do not want to go an extent of you trying to put things in the shopping cart and pay, and let us have this contact of people who are at home that are selling stuff, who are the vendors.
So you're more of avoiding the contact through, like, I do not have to go to the supermarket to get my product.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, for example, we have a variety of categories, yeah, in our platform.
Yeah.
Let's say automotives.
Yeah.
If you want to buy automotive, you really do not want it to be put in a shopping cart and shipped to you.
True.
You want to talk to the person selling.
True.
If you're talking to somebody who is selling like a birthday, I want to do a birthday, what do? I want to look at the best cakes in town, then call them for delivery. I don't want to put it in a shopping cart and it's shipped to me.
True.
So what gives you that engagement is through our contact channels that you give as a business. So Mama Mboga would display all the things they do in terms of onions, tomatoes. You'd rather just talk to them, I need ABCD packed and sent to me. So that transaction ends by you calling. So there are companies who are picking it up from e-commerce, which is great. But us, we are just doing advertising so that we give you the visibility.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how different are you compared to other farms that are already in the market?
Yes. So one thing I would say is we are talking about competitive advantage in terms of convenience, efficiency, affordability, security. Which brings the whole e-commerce an effective platform for today. So what makes us different first is the convenience of you have a variety of categories that you can browse and just buy things from there by contacting the vendors. The second level is the efficiency. I know every business probably has to have a shop, so people come to town over the weekend to do shopping.
True.
But here is where now you can browse numerous items online, Then we have the affordability part of it. We are the best in the marketplace. Why? Because we are not trying to charge you for impressions and time bound. All we charge is when you are clicked and somebody contacts you. So you put a deposit of any package you bought, maybe silver, gold, and platinum, but it's not consumed like every week you have to pay for it. So why we are doing that is we know SMEs are actually small businesses. Now with technology, what can we bring on the table for them? We want you to spend your 1,000 and get value for it. We want you to spend 1,500 for gold and get value for it. So then we give you statistics every week of which channels that you really listed there is giving you value for money in terms of expandability, or how do I now contact my people through social media. So when you look at the competition, which we don't really want to call them competition because competition, everybody who is competing is a loser. We really want to integrate and see into it that how could we work with people who can spend at minimum 1,000 to give them actually up to more 4,000 people visiting and calling you, and just that traffic. If you get even 1% to turn into business, then I think you just do okay, if that can happen for you. So how do we gain that traffic for you to gain that kind of clickability? Is us showing on Metropole, as showing on Chamada Media, as showing in any other platform, just to give attention and awareness of the platform to do business easily without pretty much going to any expensive platforms to pay per month or to pay per week or to pay per impressions and time bound.
Speaking of cost, I've heard you've mentioned something about cost. So when it comes to MSMEs and SMEs and advertising, there's pretty much of a cost comes into place for this small business, for Mama Mboga, for the carpenter at home. So when it comes to cost, how are you handling this as Gamiya Holas?
Now, let's take a carpenter or somebody who's having a small shop. His turnover probably in a week, not just turnover in terms of profit, but probably revenue flow. The cash flow probably gets 5,000. If you approach any media house, 5,000 is not something you go and start talking about advertisement, right? And at the same time, you want your clients to also have a viewability of what you're doing, so you have pictorials that you've taken with your camera. Again, that's something that you cannot walk into a big media house and just give them. But here is a flexibility where I know 85% of Kenyans now own smartphones, and people are really savvy in this country. So how do you move your business from the way it's done now to where it should be done in terms of digital transformation.
True.
So you take the initiative as the owner of the business and post the pictures. And we actually go through those at the back end with our technology and confirm that there are things that are consumable to the public.
Yeah.
And you just pay 1,000, right? And if you cannot actually pay that 1,000, then you could wait up to when Maki as a product probably would run some kind of a promotion that would give you a leeway. But if you are really looking into business in terms of marketing, then you would actually save, and it's easier to commit that. And you're not going to be told every week to upload any money. We're just going to tell you that these are the clicks you've gotten, but if you wish to top up, you could do that.
So is it 1,000 for any type of advert, or that's the lowest in terms of cost? That's the lowest.
So we have 3 packages.
Uh-huh.
It's easier from a human perspective to do cost in terms of 3 so that you have a selection.
Yeah.
So the minimum is silver, which is 1,000.
Yeah.
So 1,000, you could have 1,499. So you drag through your price range,
Yeah.
and you get payment advisory on a mobile platform.
True.
All right.
Yeah.
If you are actually also comfortable to go gold, gold give you more clicks.
Yeah.
So gold also start from 1,500 all the way to 2,000. Then if you wish that you want to do platinum, then platinum also have got a range of payment. So you pick. Why do we give this kind of scenario? Because if you are somebody who has got a lot of traffic, you know, and I think business in a sense is you build awareness for guys to come in. So you'd wish that, why don't I put more money so that I would get more traction? All right. Then another benefit here is if you pick any of the packages, then we give you some kind of a bonus. Okay?
Yes, true.
And because I believe that technology should make things really affordable,
Yeah.
and cost effective for businesses, so we can manage that. Yes.
So as Gamiya Holas, our Maki,
Yes.
how are you easing trade for SMEs and MSMEs so that they also have the opportunity to tap into these business opportunities out here?
So how we are easing it for them is, I'll give you a scenario, and I really appreciate how the SMEs have embraced technology. Let's take, for example, Instagram, and you're doing a business of salon, or you're doing a business of doing deliveries. You'll go and post your kind of craft onto the platform, but it will be very hard for you to go and just look for it. So these platforms like Instagram, very great platform, Facebook, very great platforms,
Yes.
but they will not give you a categorization of what you're looking at any given time.
True.
You'll just have to keep on browsing and get that.
Yeah.
So how we are easing it for them here is, you pretty much pick the category that your business lies on, that you feel that the product you're trying to push fits within that category. So it's easy to use, and at the same time we make it easier because we are local in terms of the Kenyan face of the company, and as much as we are looking to expand through East African COMESA, we pretty much have a customer service. That should there be any issues in terms of how to upload your products and all that, you could get support.
Yeah.
So again, we are just trying to work with like-minded businesses in this space that agree and accept that technology has come, and COVID really made it possible that you could do business without having a brick and mortar kind of an outfit.
In this era, there is cybersecurity.
That's right.
How are you tackling the issue of cybersecurity on the platform, since most advertisers who are SMEs and MSMEs fear the fact that someone may probably copy-paste what they have, of which he or she who has done that does not have the product?
Yes.
How are you tackling this?
Yeah, so we have 3 levels of security that we've implemented.
Yeah.
Apart from the product, the first one is a person who is doing what? The advertising. Okay.
Yeah.
So we take minimum data set. We take your name, contact, and email address.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And through that, we make sure that we use what we call two-factor authentication. So you have to be the person we think you are, meaning that you have something you know, and you have something you are holding.
True.
So you know your password, and you're holding your phone.
Yes.
So we send you an OTP that makes you now be you, who you are, or what we think you are. Okay?
Yes.
Now that's the level at the personal level. Now you go ahead and now post an item. That item also, you're talking of security levels in terms of pretty much guys trying to copy paste. What we do there in our platform, we're trying to avoid you to really cut and paste. So you cannot cut and paste into another page.
True.
So we are avoiding that in our platform.
Yeah.
So then we can maintain the integrity of your product.
True.
The next level is what you post. So again, people would hack, you know, and I know hacking is something that comes from outside the company or from inside.
True.
Or there's just social engineering.
Yes.
So how do we tackle that? We tackle that security by making sure that we have a system called robotic process automation that has learned all the kind of images that are obscene images, you know.
Yeah.
Then it goes through that vetting and give us the information of the images that should not go online. At the same time, we have a second eye with people we have at the back office to confirm that these systems or these products that were posted do not match the quality that we need. Then we also look at the quality, so we give an advisory that you need to post good pictures for business.
True.
At the level also, we are looking at the size and the beauty, so we give advisory.
Yeah.
Because if you post something nice, is when you can get traction. So if you go and post something that is not attractive, then you'll find that most of the clicks pretty much are not coming to you. So we're trying to get that going. Since we're a small company and a startup, with time, we'll pretty much expand and have the customer service and improve on our technology to really guide us on this kind of stuff.
Thank you.
Yes.
So what is there? What is next for Maki, Gamiya Holas, and what should we expect from you in the SME space going forward?
So we've done so well pretty much since the space for transportation opened up. So we are doing business. We are happy about that.
True.
And the kind of businesses that we are doing are small-time business in terms of people moving from point A to point B.
Yes.
That's the space we really wanted to fill in. And our offering is unique in the sense that we are not invoicing anybody. And again, we have what we call an escrow account.
Yeah.
So when a customer pays, it goes to our platform. Then once it is on that platform, then the transport is paid into 70%, 30%, then the deal is done. Then we take our share, which is convenience fee. So that product is really doing okay. The next product, which is Maki, we know very well it will do okay because our target market is SMEs.
Yes.
And I know the government has been pushing the scenario for SMEs who are actually contributing 40% of the GDP. And if they're pushing that, most of them have got a lot of technologies, knowledges, and products that they need to push. And for them to push it, they really need to be visible, all right?
True.
So that visibility that increases the interest for the product, for decisions to be made, for them to make business, is where our platform fits well.
Yeah.
Now, we do not want to cloud our platform with what pretty much Facebook or Instagram does, which are very good platforms, but we want to really just push this product for SMEs. And that cost should be as affordable as possible so that they could actually engage with us. Now, from those two products as Gamiya Holas platform, we are looking forward into making it possible so that most of these SMEs make it easier, we can support them. And when we do that, we know we'll increase the numbers. Then we'll improve on the technologies.
True.
And also we are working on technologies like the cybersecurity to strengthen that for them so that you are safe with your product. Another thing we are doing what we call artificial intelligence, so that all the products you're posting pretty much matches what we need. And as we go with the current technology, the network penetration, the mobile penetration is something that we know we will grow. So in Kenya alone, if we are looking at pretty much 2 million, that is because we know very well that that's close to the number that is doing business most of the time. Yes.
That's true.
Yes.
That was Mr. Jonathan Dende today in the studio, and as you've heard it from him, I believe Gamiya Holas is everybody's platform. From the pricing, I am sure I will continue to check it out. I love the product.
Thank you.
I wish you well.
Yes.
And I hope to hear more from you.
Yes.
We'll host you again probably.
Yes.
When the company still grows.
We are growing, and we're glad about this partnership.
True.
We appreciate the time you've given us.
Yes.
And we'll also invite you guys to come and know how technology goes.
True.
Outside the studios.
We will appreciate that.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Jeffrey James Njogu. Have a blessed viewing.